So it should be no surprise that I'm a fan of comfort sneakers and pretty much all of the running shoe technology that they have out there. Some of it is absolutely amazing for the casual usage and something that I like to explore on a regular basis. Any which way, I want to go ahead and cover my top 10 comfort sneakers for 2024 that I want to try. Let's go ahead and jump right in. There's quite a few to cover. The first one being one that actually I have not seen any images on yet, but I'm assuming they're going to continue, and that is the Nike Invincible Run 4. We've seen the 3 do pretty well. The 2 and the 1 were excellent, probably better than the 3 in my opinion. But I love the idea of Nike continuing the lineage of the full-length Zoom X midsoles and the Invincibles. Really one of my favorite things from Nike to try on, and the most comfortable, in my opinion, from what Nike's created. Again, I haven't seen or heard anything about the Invincible Run 4, so I don't have any images of the 4 yet. But I hope that they make it a little bit more sculpted or a little bit more, I guess, futuristic looking. I know that they do that with the Alphafly series, but obviously that one's loaded for performance, and the Invincible Run's more of like the max cushion sort of stance. Along with that, I would say the Alphafly 3 is one that I really want to try, even though I know it is 100% performance. It just looks so fun to try on. I mean, you guys fault me if you guys want. I know some people like to leave negative comments about me trying marathon sneakers out or whatever it is. It's fun to be able to just try them on and see how they actually feel. And it might not be a casual shoe. I know the Alphafly 1 wasn't, the 2 wasn't, and which is why I never bought the 2 after the 1. But the 3 looks a little bit wider. It looks a little bit more fun. Maybe it's something that can casual. I don't know. It's something that if I can get my hands on a pair of them, I would definitely try for your guys' sake and for mine. Also, the other one that I'm very interested in is the Pegasus Turbo 3, potentially that being the name. This is a model that I've loved. The Pegasus Turbo 1 and 2 were absolutely amazing. Then the Pegasus Turbo Next was not so good, in my opinion. Some people might like it better, but the regrinded Zoom X really didn't do it for me. It didn't really have the squishy feel of the Pegasus Turbo that I've grown to love, which did feature Zoom X and React previously, so not sure what the Pegasus Turbo 3 is going to do. It looks like it's going to be Zoom X completely, but it's definitely something that I want to know more about, and hopefully we'll find out more as the year goes on. Now next up is the New Balance line in general, from the Fresh Foam X to the FuelCell line. All of them look really cool. The New Balance FuelCell Super Comp Elite 3s are going to be coming out very soon. I don't know if I'm going to be getting those ones or not, but they do have the SE Pacer V2s, as well as the SE Trainer V3s, which the Super Comp Trainer V1 and V2 were absolutely amazing for the casual even though it was really soft, squishy. I really love that shoe. So the V3 looks even crazier, looks more aerodynamic, more futuristic, definitely something that I'm interested in. And then from the other side of the fence, you have the Fresh Foam X More V5, which looks absolutely crazy as well. It looks like we're getting that midway through the year or later. And then that Fresh Foam Balos model, if that's how you pronounce it, looks really crazy as well. We already have the Fresh Foam X 1080 V13, which is unbelievably good. And we'll also be getting that FuelCell Rebel V4. That looks really dope also. I mean, honestly, the whole Fresh Foam FuelCell lineup from New Balance, all of it looks good. I want to try all of it. I want to see which one I like the best for casual. Right now, the 1080 V13 is pretty much amazing. So it's just crazy to see. Some of it might be too soft and squishy. Some of it might be too performance oriented. I'm here kind of to try to draw those lines of which ones I think are going to be great for more casual, everyday use sort of stuff. Another model that I definitely want to try, even though it's probably not in my wheelhouse, and people will probably flame me if I get them, but it's still something I definitely want to know more about, and that is the ADIZERO ADIOS Pro Evo 1. Yes, they're $500, but they are under 5 ounces for these extreme crazy marathon running shoes. They look insane. I want to see them in hand. If it makes you guys feel better, I would donate them to a runner after I did a video if I could actually get them in hand, but I really want to see what the technology is like. Now, I'm not sure if the Lightstrike Pro is the same as the regular models, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in trying. And it's something that I think that Adidas actually needs to take and make a wide-bodied version of for more of like the intermediate beginner sort of runner, similar to like the Nike Invincible Runs. I've been saying it for a while now, but the Ultra Boost with the Lightstrike Pro body would just be insane. I feel like Lightstrike Pro is going to be the future for Adidas. A Boost is definitely good, but a Lightstrike is lighter and very soft comparison. So it's something I want to see them use more of, but this $500 pair definitely looks really crazy. So next on my list of must tries is the On Running Cloud Monster 2, it sounds like, or the Hyper, or whatever they're going to end up calling it. It looks crazy, man. The midsole looks nuts. It feels like they're going to be doing more and more awesome things. We've seen them kind of do a shift from this On Cloud like X sort of vibe where it was like kind of firmer underfoot, like lower profile, but still comfortable. But now you have more max cushion stuff that they've been doing that actually is max cushion. The Cloud Monsters were good. The Cloud Surfers, the Cloud Eclipse was crazy big and squishy as well. So it's going to be fun to see how they're going to be bringing more like max cushion sneakers to the market, but also seeing how some of the ones can bridge over to lifestyle and which ones are going to be the best for just all around comfort. Like the Cloud Eclipse was really, really good, but my personal preference for casual is the Cloud Surfer, and that's only from trying out 3 or 4 different models from On that I've kind of discovered that. And you know, everybody's feet's different. Some people like more cushion, some people like less. I'm kind of looking for something that has good cushioning, crazy like soft feel, but also some stability, which is kind of like not easy to have happen, but that's kind of what I look for. Any which way, looking forward to trying those out when they come out and trying to figure out which ones they have, because it sounds like they have a couple different versions that look just insane. So next on my list goes to some Asics sneakers, and we have the Gel Nimbus 26. First of all, that I definitely want to try because the Gel Nimbus 24 was good. The 25 was crazier. They went more max cushion. The Gel Nimbus 26 looks like kind of like an updated version of the 25s. It's a huge stack of midsole as well. Same sort of technology. I'm assuming it's going to have the same overall feel on feet, but it's definitely something that I want to try on and kind of compare. I see that they're available now. If you guys want to buy them, I'll link them in the description, but it's definitely one that I want to try. Along that same line, the GEL-KAYANO 30s. I actually just got my wife a pair of those. She's going to be running a half marathon and wanted a pair of shoes, and those ones look like they would be good. If you guys have suggestions for half marathon shoes, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm going to have her review that pair on the channel just for fun, just to see what she says about the shoes. They look great. It's a pair that I actually want to get as well, to compare them to the Gel Nimbus 26. And then lastly, I want to compare them to the Novablast 4 that just recently came out. I don't know if I'll have the review on the channel yet, but I am getting that pair, and I definitely want to see how the Novablast 4 compares to the 3. It's been a really nice line in my opinion. Asics has done a really good job of creating new and like more cutting edge kind of technology, and their shoes have been really good as well. Honestly, I've just been more of a sucker for New Balance, but if you like Asics and the stuff that they're creating, I'm sure some people are going to like the newest versions of what Asics has to offer, maybe better than what I like New Balance. It just depends on, I guess, your feet. But definitely those 3 models are ones that I want to try. If you have other suggestions for Asics that you want me to try, leave a comment, or any other brands that I haven't mentioned, please leave a comment. So next on my list goes to the Saucony Endorphin, either the Pro 4 or the Speed 4, or maybe the Shift if they have it. I don't know which one to try. That's my problem with the Endorphin line so far. I'm not so deep into it that I know which ones are better for casual. The Endorphin Pro is definitely more obviously for marathon-ish sort of runs, but I will say they just look insane. The midsole sculpting and everything for the Endorphin Pro and Speed 4s looks so much better than the previous versions. I'm definitely interested in trying out a pair just to see how they feel overall on feet. Maybe I start running in them, who knows, but ultimately I want to see if it's something that you can wear casually to some extent or not. And they just look amazing. The overall look of the shoes has a really, really powerful overhaul, very similar to the New Balance Super Comp line. I think they look awesome, very futuristic, very cutting edge, and something that I always appreciate from brands, to be able to bring something a little bit more edgy out there. And I feel like Saucony is definitely going to be doing that in the future. Now, next up goes to Brooks, and there's a couple different models. There's the Glycerin 21 that I'm going to be getting pretty soon. That's a model that I actually think looks really cool as well. The Glycerin 20 was really nice from a casual. On the bigger max cushion stack side, you have the Ghost Max 2. That looks like it's going to be an updated version of the previous Ghost Max, which honestly was a really, really dope shoe. It definitely kind of fit that like Asics Gel Nimbus 25 sort of vibes. Very, very nice on feet, very max cushion feel. And then Brooks does have that Hyperion line as well. I don't know which one's going to be the best to even try, to be honest. If you have a suggestion, let me know, because obviously they have their crazy marathon pairs that are super expensive and then not really made for casual. So I'll have to just kind of explore and bridge the gap and see which ones work for me, if any of them will, but those are the 2 models that I'm specifically looking at this time. So next up we have Hoka, and honestly there's a couple different models from Hoka that I'm interested in. I don't know much about what's happening with Hoka this year. There's a Mach X2 that is obviously for more like performance driven. I believe that's a plated runner. But then there's the Hoka Clifton line, which has been historically my favorite, but I haven't seen any news about a Hoka Clifton 10 yet. The Hoka Clifton 9 was unbelievably good, same as the 8, the 7, and so on from the Clifton lineage. I don't know what they're doing or which one I should be trying from Hoka, but I definitely want to try something new from them in 2024. If you guys have suggestions, of course, help me out, leave a comment, and let me know what they're going to be bringing. But I'm actively looking for new models from them to see what they're bringing out. and it's hard to really tell which is going to be the one to try if they don't have a Clifton. Any which way, I'm looking to Hoka to see what they're bringing, because hopefully they'll have something fun and new, and maybe some sort of max cushion delight that we get to try out for our feet. All right, the last one that I want to cover on the channel for something that I really want to try in the future is Reebok Floatzig. Now, they have a bunch of different models that they're going to be releasing this year. From what I gather, it's Floatride and ZigTech combined into one. So it's the Floatzig like look to it. Looks crazy, looks fun. Again, cutting edge, kind of futuristic, sort of like the Saucony Endorphin-ish sort of line. But obviously everybody knows ZigTech, and then they know the Floatride. So it'll be fun to see if it actually works well, if it's comfortable, if it is responsive and everything else. They have 4 different models that looks like the $130 Floatzig 1 to the Floatzig X-1, which is like the $200 version. But yeah, man, I definitely want to try them out. I feel like the Floatride was actually pretty good. Didn't get enough shine. I don't think that Reebok does a best job with like marketing, unfortunately. But it's definitely something that I'm interested in seeing how it actually performs. It feels like it might be the best combination of an actual performance pair. Like the ZigTech back in the day was kind of a joke. Floatride has been pretty decent. So it'll be fun to just try that out and see where that actually ends up taking us. Any which way, that's kind of the ones that I'm excited to try out this year that we know of thus far. There's some that we don't know about. So hopefully this list will be updated through the year, because I'm sure we're going to see a lot of cool stuff from all these brands. And if you guys have suggestions though of comfort like shoes that you guys think that I should give a go, leave a comment and help me out. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know. Definitely actively looking for different pairs to give a go and give a try. And appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day. But if you guys like the video, drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, want to subscribe, feel free to do so. Hopefully see you back for some more content. All right, peace guys.